got a really good set of pigs for you. This is a fundraiser project for Texas National Stock Show, and I know a lot of you guys come to Texas National Stock Show, and the ones of you that don't, we'd like to invite you. We're going to be having it on the, I think it's 27th and 28th of December. So last year we had about 1,000 head there. You know, it's a pretty big deal. We give away somewhere around $100,000 to $150,000 in scholarships every year to the kids, so it's a good deal. We've got breeding gilts showing separately from barrows. We've got prospect and market vision. So if you guys want something to do between Christmas and New Year's and ready to show your hogs and get them out a little bit, come to the Texas National there in Wichita Falls, 27th, 28th of December. So today we've got pigs from 24 different breeders. We got a really nice set of pigs that we're really proud of. We're going to have Reggie Spencer and Cole Reeves do the commentary on them. We're going to roll them through and try to get through here pretty quickly. So take a look at them, and then we'll have probably 20-30 minutes between the preview and the sale, and we're going to get rolling right at 1 o'clock sharp. There's a concession stand. If you walk through here all the way to the back, there's a concession stand. We've got some refreshments over here by the Primo booth. So we'll get rolling, and let us know if you need anything. We're really glad to have you here. Thank you.
John, we got some signs for you. It's on.
Well, I mean, it's just my information.
I guess entering the ring, we've got mine and Brandon's consignment. This is Reeves and SMT Genetics. A pair of Chester litter mates here. It looks like we're going to be, what are their tag numbers? 18 and 20. So 18 would be the one that Hadley, my daughter's on. These are both going to be, they're going to be tidal wave WD-40s. WD-40 styles one I bought from Clint a couple summers ago. Had a family down around Houston, Jack Potter. I think she was second in her class at State Fair, second in her class at the Heart of Texas. Just not as many places to go with them, but nice gilt, has done a good job for us. I guess this would be her second litter, her first litter. Last summer we bred her and had a couple gilts that we Jack Potted through the summer, did all right as well. Just a nice set of feeding barrows. They're going to be first part of June. Go to Fort Worth, Angelo, pretty easy. May have to hold a little bit for San Antonio, but I think just a nice set of barrows, good feeding hogs. Turn over to Reggie if he wants to say anything.
Cole talks his own. That's what we told him. I think when you drop this set out here, you look at them, they've got some hold in them and they got some grow in them down the road. I think we searched the country over to find Chesters for our kids and a group of shows with us. And I think these can compete. So if you want one that you think that can go to Denver, I'm not so sure these things can get to Phoenix. But then down the road, the way you want to feed them, I think you can take just where you want to go them. You point the direction that you want to go. And I think Cole brought you a nice pair of Chester Bears there.
Next two coming in are Reeves and SMT as well. These are like tags 19 and 21. These are not pedigreed spots, so you couldn't take these to Denver or anything. So these are going to be Titans on a Bottleberg sow. Brandon would have bought that Bottleberg sow a few years ago from Russell Canese. Russell didn't really want to sell her, priced her. Brandon had I maybe drank a little bit that weekend, and he bought her, and that was probably the best purchase he's made because she's been pretty solid for us. Her first litter, she would have had a late litter her first time and would have been reserve grand overall at Ellis County. That's over there like Waxahachie. I mean, that's 300 head show over there. So that barrow would have been a reserve grand overall. Her next litter, she would have made the reserve dark OPB at San Angelo. Last year, she would have had the heavyweight class winner at Houston, and but have won in the first class. Would have been third. I thought that pair of barrows was very good. We went into Houston thinking each one of those barrows had a shot to win. I guess they got close, but close don't always matter. Ears should fall pretty easy on the one. She always has one or two that have kind of up ears. If not, there's a guy east of town here I think can probably make them lay real good. But just her hogs feed good. They mature well. Bone matures with them. They always have a different look when they get to the big ring. They look just a little different than some of your traditional spots. But nice set of feeding hogs from us, and I'll let Reggie talk the rest.
When you bring these in, we see some spot breeders. You see Mr. Orem over there in the crowd. It's hard to find them. When you think they're square and correct on a spot and they're not messing up on those front ends, then you go ahead and buy them and see what happens and let them grow. Hard breed to breed for sure. But I think these two are feeders that can get along. So get in when you can, when you want in. These two ought to work for you.
So we got West Texas Genetics. Clint is judging a show in Oregon, so he sent him down for us to tend to. I got tags 75 and 76. 75 is going to be the Chester. 76 will be the Spot, obviously. The Chester is a tidal wave, big screen, so Chester is out of Making Waves mom. So he texts some, a list. I'll if I have time, I'll read you everything he sent me. So the 30-liter Chester, that's Tidal Wave's mom, and everybody knows Tidal Wave was a $10,000 class winner from Summer Type last year. Dam's the stoutest litter mate to Making Waves, which makes Oscar Mayer 8'8", the double-bred grandmother to this one selling. 8'8" is the heaviest structured, stoutest Chester sow to ever stand at West Texas Genetics. If any of you know Clint, he texts me a lot more than that. I'm just reading the high points. So. Spot boar here is sired by Landslide. It's a louder milk boar there at Top Cut. The dam is going to be a litter mate to Iron Horse, which is a Sandman. I guess that comes out of one of his better sows there, and was the mother to the champion. Okay, so the mom to this one is the mom to the champion Dark OPB bear at Fort Worth last year. And double bred to the grandmother there at the champion Dark OPB at San Angelo. So there's a maternal sib to Mr. October. So all of Clint's good spot sows, I guess, go back to the same sow as this one. Another nice pair. I think good feeding hogs. And West Texas Genetics really needs no introduction when it comes to Chesters and spots. Their track record kind of speaks for itself.
We won't talk much multiple times. I don't think we probably just need to switch out on them. We don't want to offend Clint in any way, so I'll say something about these things. These things are ready today. They've got some cage in them. They've got some spread. They're good up high when you get over them. So I think you can take them home. You can chill them out. But these things really look the part today. That guy breeds these off breeds for breakfast, so he knows what he's doing. He puts boars all over the country. So study these. Get your bidder's number ready and get on a couple of these off breeds.
Wait.
You know these two? Yeah, I know them well. So these will be Bottleberg Farms. It's the Bottleberg family that lives right there by me. We do a lot of stuff together. So what we got here is a pair of 27-liter barrows. So the white one is going to be the leadoff. That's 14. And then the belted one is 15. So these are going to be Blue Magic, and they're going to be sired by a Cash Money sow. The Cash Money sow would be a litter mate to the third overall light cross at OYE 24. Their grandmother would have been the reserve light cross at Angelo in 23. So there's a lot of power in the pedigree here. There's some winners on each side, on both sides. The Blue Magic boar is a cob boar that I think Hoff Shulty, Gary Todd, and Tanner Winter bought at Kings of the Hill last year. The mom to these, actually, the Bottlebergs kept and showed. She would have been reserve cross at Erath County, which is their county, weighed like 175 pounds, which was the minimum, and she would have been second as a lightweight there at Angelo. So she was a July the 10th, and she weighed 230 pounds at San Angelo Gilt Show. So they've got some grow in them, but they're built to hold. I think they're very good. That Belted one, he's got legs like an Amish woman, big and hairy. I think you can do a lot of things with him. I'll let Reggie talk the rest of them.
I think yesterday when this set came in as a whole, Cole, Tim, and I thought this is one of the better sets that came in as a whole. We thought that white one kind of stuck out to us. As you notice, he's got a little bit blue dot on that right eye. That can be taken care of pretty easy. But nowadays, if these blues blew up, there's several shows that take those blues, and I think our firm kind of thinks that those blues might be easier than the whites. So that one right there has got some interesting pieces and parts to him from the blade back. That one, his lines are correct. He's stocky, he's stout, he's short-bodied, he's short-backed. So any term you want to put on that one, I think that will fit him. Then you go to the belted one, and you got a hair in today's world. That thing's already getting his hair pulled and stuff. I think that one will be one that the hair, as Max Fisher says, just drips off of him. So that's a very good positive deal in today's society. We appreciate them for bringing these set to this sale.
Next will be two more of Bottleberg's consignments. This will be lot 16 and 17. 16 will be the blue mask one that Hadley's on. 17 will be the one that Brigand's on. So these will be woke, cash money. The mother to these would have been a third overall light cross gilt at San Angelo. These two are built a lot like her. They were a little skinnier. She was a little skinnier and greener there in the beginning. Bone, muscle, matured with her. That was my favorite gilt out of that litter. My wife and Josh trumped me, and they kept that one, but that's okay because she did a good job for the Brumley family up in Oklahoma. Ended up being, like I said, third overall light cross there at their county, or at OYE, and we just kind of bred her back to woke, and I think the pigs looked the part. They do a good job. The feedability in these from their grandmother and their mother and their aunt, and actually the mother to the last two has got a pair of blues, one in Indiana that's won a bunch of jackpots and won her county fair, one in California that won his county fair. That would have been her first litter. This is the first litter out of this sow. So we got a lot of hopes. She'll be around for a while. We enjoy these. So, and that's, I mean, I don't need to talk them. Reggie said we're good there. I think we said what we need to. But anyway, they're pinned over here. Any questions on any of these pigs, you can ask the breeders. You can ask Reggie or I. We kicked through them all yesterday when we put the sale line up, so we've seen them all. At the end of the deal, we'll see them all twice. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask Reggie or I or the breeder. These are Knauth Showpigs, and obviously Kyle needs zero introduction to the Showpig ring. He sent a trio down. I guess Jessica picked him up last week and been feeding on him for him. Kyle couldn't make it because I guess you got to spend a lot of time down here. So this is lot 2 and lot 3, the belted hogs. So tag number 2 is going to be a ringleader, Smoking Joe. That's a 5 litter. And I know that 5 litter he sold some on his online sale that were pretty high rent. Matter of fact, we bought a bear out of that deal, not the high rent one, but we bought a real good bear out of that deal. And that Smoking Joe, that goes back to, I think it's one that Chad Brown bought online from several years ago that ended up at Luke's, if I'm not mistaken. And then the traditional belted one, that's a Magic Box Buckle Up. That's the 3-1 litter. So it says that Magic Box is dam is 81.7. one of the 81 7-liter sow, which if you know anything about Kyle, I mean, the 81 litters have produced everything that he's had that's won, and most of his good gilts that are now producing things that win all go back to the 81 litters. That one Mom's raised 2 major champions at Grands and Reserves at the National Western Stock Show. The maternal grandam is a litter mate to Rightfully So. It stood at Premium Blend and sired the grand at Fort Worth in 2023. That belted one there is a crip. It's noted on the paperwork, but like I said, there's plenty of options to get those fixed. I'm going to let Reggie talk the rest of them.
Tag 3, when they come in, when he talks about it, the litter mate sows, the one that had 2 Texas major grands out of that mama. I think when we go up there and we ask them, we said, hey, how's the mom? You look at the boars, you know they're going to use the hottest boars are the ones that are already been winning in the past, but we want to know what that mama did or what she's had. I think that one has a foundation that's built for success. These 2, when they get out on that profile, when you look at them, they are some sexy machines from the side, man. I just like how they read. Their lines are very correct. That head and that neck carriage is almost perfect on these things. So I don't think you can go wrong on these, and that firm has had more success than anybody in the last few years. We appreciate Kyle sending them down here.
Next one coming in from Kyle, he's got another one. It's going to be tag 1. That's going to be the Calico male. That's going to be a ringleader. Buckle up. Not a lot of notes on that one. I know them buckle up sows. Kyle's just now getting into them being their first litters because he holds them over for a year. So that one, Sal probably hasn't written a story yet, but I'm pretty sure being at Kyle's, there's a good chance that she will. I know this one is my favorite one he brought. I know Calicos don't always fit in everybody's mix, and they're not in everybody's wheelhouse, but that guy I think has got a pretty wide window of where you can take him. Hip and hind legs incredible. He's got a lot of reach and flex. The front third of him looks very good. I think that's a nice bear. Kyle brought us a good trio of pigs. We appreciate him for being here. And that's tag number 1. Next coming in is Wymer Showpigs. Bring them all in at one. What tag you got there, Jessica? Okay, so Jessica, we got 4, 5, and 6. Jessica would be on 4, Hadley will be on 5, and then 6 is just wandering around the ring. So Wymer Showpigs brings us a pair. Jessica's on 2 because she's that good. The 218-7, which is tag 4, the original one Jessica was on, that's a money line snafu never before. Tag number 5, which is the one that Hadley's on there, that's a money line, and that's a litter mate. So that's also a money line snafu never before. 217, the tag number 6, that's a hardball ACDC JoJo. Just 3 nice pigs. I thought did a really good job. Bigger, stretchier kind of pigs, the ones that probably need to feed into that 290 to 310 range, just kind of to look where they need to look. I think that's a real nice set of pigs. Got a lot of potential feeding there.
Wymer brings us 3. We appreciate those guys. Their firm has a lot of success in the past years. Is probably as much as tradition as anyone. These guys, they look like to us, like Cole said, they'll feed for you. They'll grow. I don't think you should be scared of an early county show for these 3. I don't even think you could push those probably into Denver, Fort Worth. That's the style that we see them being. Thanks, Wymer, for bringing these guys out. Next coming in is Richey. Number 70 comes in. He is the leadoff of this sale. I think when that one gets out, I don't think there was any doubt in our mind which one needed to lead off. That thing has some big pieces, and the biggest pieces on him are those 2 back legs and those elephant feet that follow him up. I think when you get on top of that thing is already there. Got some shape up high, and man, does he come out with that look on a profile. One that's square made, square built, boxy. He's got some definitely hold in him. I think that one targets down the road a little bit, but one that we were real high on. We appreciate the Richey firm for bringing that guy to this sale.
And Other one there, Richey brings us some. That one is going to be an It's Time Past the Hat. That sow's going to be a mate to Wade Stirred out at Tulsa State Fair. The one Hadley's on is the Poland. That's 71. That's an altogether Call Me Daddy. The grandma is the same grandma as Fort's Barrow. That altogether boar is one that Tyler raised. It's at Gary Todd's, and I've heard really good reports about pigs coming out of that thing. And I've got some Poland semen booked on them later in the summer. I think that thing can do a lot of good there. The one that Tyler's on, the blue one is a Little Wayne Next Intention. That Little Wayne is that's tag 72. That Little Wayne's a boar that him and JD bought last summer as pick of a litter, I think. And you sold him on the exchange, didn't you? He's not Southern Gold? Yep, so he's out Southern Gold. And this would be his first crop as well. Heard a lot of good things about that one. Like Reggie said, these came in. Belted Barrow takes your breath away. He's another one of those that's got Amish lady legs, big and hairy, but that thing can move. He's got a usable hind leg. His look of his front third is impeccable. And he's another one. He's got a wide window to show, and probably would have no issues holding that thing to march. And I think he'd probably hold there pretty easy. But one to have that big of a hind leg and just be able to reach and flex and get out and move like he does is not as common as you would think. But that's a really nice one. Where the Poland Barrow, obviously Tyler has kind of made his own name in the Poland deal. I thought that thing is very good, and he's pedigreed, right, Tyler? He's pedigreed, so he can go to Denver, he can go to Arizona. If you take him to Texas, you better dye him a little because they get a little picky on him there. But that's a good for a purebred Poland Barrow. And guys, I know some Texans get a little gun shy on a purebred Poland. But, if you look at the history, the purebred Polands win just as much as the crossbreds down here. I think that's a good one. You got a lot of good pieces to him. And that blue one, man, with San Antonio adding the blue division, it just gives another outlet for him in case he ain't quite ready for Angelo and it's going to be too big for Austin. But I think as a light cross, and like Reggie said, sometimes I think the light cross division is not quite as stout as the Yorkshire division, but that's another real nice one as well. Thanks, Tyler, for bringing a good set out here. Next coming in is Herren Farms. They're going to be a pair of litter mates. 1-9 is the male. 1-5 is tag number 8. Tag number 7 is the Barrow. Tag number 8 is the gilt. These are Alibi, Trumpet, Hero, Trumpet. So the sow, the mom to these, is a mate to the, what'd you say, Tim, the 4th overall? The 4th overall at Phoenix. So the mom of these is a mate to the 4th overall at Phoenix. Another, and I know, guys, it's the first female we've seen this week, and this area of Texas is not known to show a lot of gilts, but man, it takes good gilts to make good barrows, and that's one that if a guy want to just feed and breed on, has a lot of potential there. And Tim is got a, he obviously is another one, needs no introduction. He's got a name for himself. He raises good hogs. These are no exception to the rule.
We appreciate Uncle Tim bringing this pair in. When he set them down, we thought these two kind of rose to the top of this sale. That gilt, I think Cole described her perfectly. But the bear is the one that, when he came in, that's the one that I kept studying. I love this guy. I think he's square. I think his proportions are correct. I think he has those big feet and big legs. And when we're studying them, I think you got to start at the ground. You got to make sure they're square and they've got big legs and big feet. Some of them guys, when we go up there, I start there and I stay on that a little while and they give me a hard time. But in the end, if you don't have that, you're not going to win. Again, this one's got the chance. We liked him a whole lot. His color makes him stick out. We appreciate Tim bringing this pair.
Next coming in is RW Genetics, another young guy that just got in the game but needs no introduction. We bring one here, tag number 10, the Blue Barrow. Here, sorry, he's got 2 pages worth, sorry. Tag number 10 is the Blue Barrow right there that she's on. That's going to be a woke, all aboard, next level. Just a nice Blue Barrow. You bring another one in there to see by itself.
That woke one Cole, that woke, we've been up north a couple times already, and that's one of the more popular boars that we see up there. And if your county has a blue division that's early on, you need to study this one because he can be competitive in that ring any day. So thank you for taking these out, Rick. Really not Rick, Tammy probably. So I think she did all the work, and she was here yesterday. So if you got any questions, just come over there and ask her. But that's a nice big blue bear.
11 and 9. So they're not going to be tagged in the exact order they're going to run. That's okay though. We're smart enough to figure it out. So 11 and 9, or maybe they did tag. 9 is, which one's 9? Okay, the one Hadley's on is 9. That's a kayak, all out war, next level. That kayak boar is one that they bought from Doty and Grove, right? Doty and Grove last summer. I think he's Lockman's, and I've been seeing a lot of good pigs surface out of him. This would be his first season, obviously, but and that would be a canoe son that they got there. And then 11 is going to be the dark crosser. That's 71-93, and that's a wide awake. And oh, never mind. They're litter mates. I guess I should. So they're both kayaks. Tag 11 is a crip, but again, that's a pair of kayaks. Man, muscle, bone, look is there. There's a lot of good things about those. I think a guy couldn't go wrong with them. I'm going to let Reggie finish up.
I think that's an excellent set of belted bears. Last night we heard Cam and Alec talking. I think they told you what their favorite ones in the sale, and I think the one Jessica's on, that one right there, is one of my more favorite ones. I like that belted the guy a lot. That one's a crip, you said, Cole? That's not a problem at all, and that one doesn't scare me on that factor. But when you look at that one, he's got some big pieces. He's got some appeal to him from the side. I love him. And a lot of these guys that are judging, you're going to have to look them good on that profile. So they got to go across there. Their line's got to be right. Their head and neck's got to come out the right place. And that one checks all those boxes. It's got some hair on him already. And Jessica's doing a good job driving, but we appreciate Rick and them guys bringing that one here. Again, that is probably one of my more favorite ones in the sale.
Got a couple more coming in here from Rick and Tammy. The spotted up one is tag 13. That's 88.6. That's a Calico, the Calico barrow. He's a wide awake, broken record. Next level, and then the white one there is that's another crip. That's a wide awake, tricked out next level. The mother has the same dam as Legend, and the reserve dark cross gilt at San Angelo would have been there at that's the same mom as the white one there. Another pair of calicos and white ones. The sale here is chock full of pigs that could make Yorkshires or even really good blue crosses. So I think another one, you just get in on him. I mean, height to shoulders there, extension, big legs. That one's got some big pieces that can go and play. Calico, another one, probably might be my favorite of the ones Rick brought. When they come in yesterday, kind of catches your eye. Thing's got a lot of good pieces as well.
I think a good set that Rick brought all together, and we sure do appreciate. But there's another one that stands out, and I believe he might be a crip too. That white one right there really caught my eye yesterday, and it's hard to find those things. You can drive a lot of miles, and you can't get them to look like that. That one's already shaggy. That one's got a big square hip on him, takes a good step. The pieces are there at the bottom, and then I think for a white one he can compete. We've been showing white ones a long time. I think since we were reserve overall in Fort Worth in 2001. That means I've been showing this a lot longer than a lot of y'all have been alive. But well, we've been doing it a long time, and those white ones are our favorite ones to show. And that one right there, I think you're going to have to outbid us, but you better get in because we'll be on it. Thank you, Rick, for bringing them.
Another firm, SD Genetics, Scott Dean brings us a pair of them in here, and they're going to both be litter mates as well. So 73, which one's 73? 73 is the one Othaniel's on here. 74 will be the one Jessica's on. So these are Paid My Dues, Shaggies. So Paid My Dues is a boar that they raised there at the farm. He's a picture of this, Goosebumps. Mommy behind that boar would have raised the reserve grand at Arizona National in 22. Another set came through the ring yesterday, and just Reggie and I kind of thought this set fit the part, and lots of good pigs throughout the sale. But Scott Dean's SD there brings us a set. Pair of barrows I think can go and do a lot of things.
I think yesterday they talked a little bit about the ceiling and about how high the ceiling is on some of these things. I think these are a little bit two of the smaller bears in here, but man, they fit the part. We really liked them. We thought his set was good. I think down the road these things will feed, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. And you can always remember that just because they're not the heaviest muscled ones today, then that doesn't mean they won't be down the road. If they're a little bit greener, that's not always bad. I see Luke Linder's post. The last pig sold out of his barn was the one that was a champion cross in Houston last year. So that just says it's hard to read these things, but when they've got some very positive pieces to them, then I still think you have to look in and get on some of those. We appreciate this guy for bringing two good dark cross bears.
Our next set comes from another young guy that just started breeding them. These are Dale's Prevailing Genetics. Which one did you say you were on there? She's got lot tag.
Has he won very much?
Nah, I don't think he's won much in Texas, no.
Hey, you need to bring that baby in with that bow and hold her and let her drive those pigs. I think you'll bring more money.
It says 27's a 12-5. They're going to be classed as a hemp. This would be a say-so urban legend. Backdrops mom. Guys, and honestly, not much to say here. If Rory D sends one to a sale, I would just try to figure out a way to own it. That guy's won more than everybody, probably everybody in this room combined. And, you know, he's back in the saddle. He's got grandkids fixing to start showing, so he's gearing back up. I think this bear offers a lot of unique parts and pieces. Reggie and I really liked him yesterday. Again, Calico's tag number 28, Crossbred's tag number 26. So the Crossbred, the driver tricked out. That driver board is one that was at Knauth, so I think he's still there. 20 and the Calico is a second chance. Urban legend, back on backdrop's mother. So another pair of them that Reggie and I thought very highly of yesterday. And like I said, guys, Rory is. You know, I told my wife the other day, I said, God made pigs, and Rory taught God how to make them great. So just another good pair of pigs, solid feeding hogs there. Again, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. They got some parts and pieces that line up with just about anybody's feed bucket and the way they feed. I don't think they'll be hard to feed. And I will say that they're already pretty well wet broke, so that's pretty good there, and especially coming from Rory. But Kylie probably does most of that.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there. That's what I was thinking, man. These are worth more money already because they are wet broke. All three of them, they're all cocking off in that ring and looking good. And the only thing that makes these things better if Roy D was here himself. So I'm sure somewhere down the line he'd tell me those had some alley cat in them. But we appreciate Roy D coming. I think he'd say, come on, Reggie. But these things are good. They're ready to go. We appreciate y'all girls driving them out there in the ring.
Next in, we got Fortner Showpigs, Jacob Holland. Another firm I don't think needs a lot of introduction, especially in these solid white ones. They brought us one here. This is a tag 77-34-1. It's a white cross male. That's a second chance. Let the beat build. So this will be a first litter gilt. This is the one Callan showed last summer, correct, the mom? So Callan showed this one last summer. The mother to this one I saw several times throughout the summer last year. Thought she was an incredible gilt. Ends up, I think, winning a class or second in a class at Fort Worth. She went to their county there. Had a lot of, just a very good gilt. And that's going to be double bred, I guess, on both sides. Why soon? Because that let the beat build is a Wysoon boar, Second Chance, another one of the Wysoon boars as well. Another one that I thought, when a guy drives, 6.5, 7 hours and they only bring one pig, they bring one pig with a purpose. And I think that's what they did here. A good Yorkshire. I'm going to say should stay white. Dad's solid white. Mom was solid white when I saw her at 50 pounds, and she was solid white when I saw her at 325 pounds. I think you're not going to have a lot of room there. As long as you don't feed them out in the wide open sun or under a shade tree, I think they'll be okay. But another barrow, got a good window in him, good feeding barrow, big rib, big bodied, just flexible and can get out and go. Next, we got Batty Genetics.
We're going to have to stop for 1 second on Batty.
All right, whoever stand in this ring and take the ultimate slap for Batty on the Facebook Live can get a $500 sale credit. I wouldn't even take one for his baby son. Jeez. This is Batty Genetics, and I'll tell you, we'll live stream it. I'll tell you, if Batty's pigs grow like his kids, you can probably take this one to Dallas, okay? This is 59-1 York classifying. This is going to be a Woke W. The sister to this one was Pick of the Keeper Gilts. W is a state classy son. Your handwriting's bad. It's a good thing your pigs are good. It's a stay classy son. It's got a crazy looking build. I remember the W boar there at Tanner's. The same mother as their new herd boar, Fast and Furious. $500 to slap me?
He's going to pay $500. I'm slapping you.
Okay, let's do it. We'll split it. I'll be dramatic. Anyway, this is 59-1. Another Yorkshire here, Yorkshire male. I thought when Kyle and them had him out yesterday walking them, and I thought this one was as unique for a Yorkshire as good. Head of his blades extremely good. He's tall-shouldered, good-looking. Another one, I guess he kind of broke out a little bit. Kyle said he'll be all right. He said that just happened. He's getting better. We're going to be good there as far as healing up, because he's on the mend there. That's just something, if you fed any amount of baby pigs, you know that comes out of nowhere, and there ain't nothing you can do to prevent it. But that's a really nice Yorkshire barrow.
Yeah, that was one athletic, moving little sucker. That one is sexy from the side, and that head and that neck, the way he presents himself, I think that gets you a second look every time. He might have a little bit of skin problem today. That don't scare me, probably not many of you. He might be a little greener body, a little greener centered, but I think that'll come. And when you look at his firm today and you look, he has become known for these white ones. And he has a sale I saw the other day, and the featured ones are the white ones, and he pulled this one back to bring here. We appreciate Kyle in doing that, but that one was definitely one of the highlights in the sale, in our opinion, yesterday.
Anders just said for $1,000, he'll slap Kyle in the middle of here. So if y'all can get her up $1,000, Anders will slap his daddy. What tag's that one, Anders? 65. Huh? 65. So he's on tag 65. That's the Hampshire classifying male. That's an Alien. Picture this. Alien is bought from Strieber at the get-together, and I don't know if you guys have never heard of Strieber, but if you hadn't, you need to crawl out from under the rock you're living in. So that's a boar they bought from him at the get-together last fall. So this would be his first set of pigs. The dam to this would be raised the Grand Market barrow at the Georgia National and the Grand at Now. So he's a 3/4 brother to the Grand Overall Gilt at, the Grand Overall Gilt at State Fair, Texas, shown by Juan Carlos. That one is, and so the dam is was champion. So was Anders champion gilt last summer. So the one Anders is on, actually, I found out, is Anders gilt. So I think he's going to get to keep a little bit of that money, huh? So the other one is going to be tag 64. That's 15-2. That's an Empire crowd pleaser. Empire is a new creation. Cross say it, bulky, stout built, square. I think, again, Kyle brought us a set. and the crossbreds, a lot of people at one time thought, well, Batty genetics, they're just purebred Hampshires and Durocs because of the pinner herd. But Kyle has definitely put together an elite set of crossbred sows the last few years, and it shows by the looks of these things he brought us today.
The next two that come in, we have Hoff Shulty, and Tim said he owns a part of these. So I guess it's Hoff Shulty Ford on these things. A nice set of gilts. I think there's only been one other gilt that came in. And when you bring those two names together, they've had a lot of success in the ring, in the breeding ring, in the show ring, in showing bears or whatever it is. I think these are two of the better gilts that when you go out, I don't think if you went to the farm, a lot of these things they would price to sell off the farm. So they brought these here, and we appreciate that. That belted one is very unique in terms of breeding, in terms of a market show wherever you want to go. Whether the Calico one is very good, also very stocky, very short back, got a lot of shape. Our renter, I think that one has a lot of hold in her and can go a lot of places, but are good, really stout skull, good featured there. And I think Nick would tell you that's the kind of skull and face that he wants to see on them. So we appreciate Tim and Nick bringing these out, and I'll turn it over to Cole.
Another set yesterday. These were probably we didn't see many gilts yesterday, but when these came in the ring, I had seen them out a couple times, and I was very impressed with the belted gilt. For you gilt showers guys that they go to San Antonio or San Angelo, that one right there with Miles judging, I think, is right in his wheelhouse. Hoff Shulty firm is no slouch, and no. They're not newcomers. They've been doing this a while. Some reason they end up randomly drawing Nick to judge San Antonio barrows this year. So I would say the guy has probably got a good eye, and he's not going to bring one out that doesn't need to be used or doesn't need to be shown. I like the belted gilt a whole bunch. I think the Calico gilt has got a ton of potential, upside potential in her. She's just a little behind her littermate there as far as size and everything, but there's a lot of good quality in those. If you just want to grab on something for a breeding piece, take home, make a sow, or if you want to run down to San Angelo or San Antonio and try to get you a piece of that and get in a sale down there, I think those are really nice gilts and can do it for you. All right, next we got Tim Miller, Navajo Mountain, and that's, Tim, we were talking yesterday, and back in the day, he raised a lot of pigs and took a hiatus and started farming and back in the pig business, and man, he came back with a vengeance. These two blues come in yesterday, and I'm kind of a sucker for a good blue. I enjoy good blue hogs. I'm gonna never shy away from showing one, and I'm never gonna shy away from using one to win if I think it's the best one if I'm judging. But I think this pair of blue barrows are very good. Especially with San Antonio adding the blue division, Angelo, these things, I think you could probably hold on them with some of these rations we got now and take them to Austin or OYE, but I think this is a really nice set of blues. These are Blue Magics, last minutes, and the Blue Magic board, another one we had some earlier. I think there's 4 Blue Magic pigs in this sale, and I think there are 4 of the better pigs in the sale. These are really good hogs. I'm going to turn it over to Reggie because he was quite impressed with him yesterday as well.
This pair definitely rose to the top of this set of pigs, and we looked at them, and I think I had to ask him Navajo Mountain where it was, but it's in Oklahoma, and we appreciate you guys coming to Texas and bringing these. But when any adjective you want to put on about power, you can put on these two blue hogs. But when you get on top of them, that's probably the most impressive. They're spread up high in their rib shape, and that's hard to get, and they already got a groove going on their top. I don't know which way is the correct way to go. If you buy a green one, you hope he gets the muscle like these. You buy these, you hope you can set on them, and then along the way they just keep getting better. We've had success both ways, but a lot of times when they already got it, you know it's going to be there, and then you can manage them. So definitely I think you can manage them with a little primo feed, right, Tim? So I think you can get that done. But we were impressed with these two blue ones from the start. I don't think you can go wrong. When you got San Angelo with the blue show, you got San Antonio, and I'm not so sure with the way these things are built, you couldn't hold them to Austin and get that blue one there. So again, two blues, hard to find. You can travel the country and not find them this good. Thanks for bringing these out.
Girls were showing
Tim said if his girls were showing, they'd be all in. I think it's time he adopt some. I got 2 at my house you can adopt.
Again, here we got Mark Gray Showpigs, Stephen Mark Gray, another firm that needs no introduction to the Showpig ring. Right here we got tag number, these are the 8 litters? We got the 8-litter barrows, tag number 36 and 37. These are culture, smooth, breaking rules. The dam has generated a reserve granted to Missouri State Fair, and the top selling $38,000 Sweetheart gilts from back in the spring. Another one, another firm that's done their fair share of winning. They've got put some boars and studs that probably are in a lot of pedigrees to these crossbreds that have been winning well, quite frankly, and no stranger, both of them boars, I think, if you get down, and you don't have to get very, very far down the line and generational to see those 2 boars in the pedigrees. I think, is one of these a crip? Okay, the one has got a testicle in his flank there that Jessica's on, but we just try to announce that because sometimes you don't see it through the ring, and we don't want anybody getting upset because they bought a crip. So the one Jessica's on there is a crip. Again, a pair of them, I think extremely good feeding hogs. I think a guy would have no problem feeding on these, getting there in the mix and getting a sale hole at San Antonio. And guys, you know, we don't all have to go out and win the huge banner because there ain't but one of them. But it's real important to get hogs that can feed and do well and win your county fair and go on down the road and place and make the sale. And I think these hogs are two that just don't have a lot of problems. I mean, you look at them and get them out there and they're flexible. I think they're good looking. They've got some rib. They've got some muscle shape. And you just to drive them and see them go and it's just to me, it's just as important to have hogs that are fault-free as it is to have ones that have extreme pieces, because fault-free hogs are going to be less likely to fall apart on you than the ones that have the extreme pieces. But I think these are big enough in the areas they need to be big in and got a lot of good parts to them as well. Next one coming in is tag number 35. That's a 4-litter. That's a quite frankly tricked out timber. That quite frankly is what I just said is going to be in the top and bottom side of a lot of pedigrees. And he's got a little age on him, and that thing is still throwing out pigs that look like this. Another one, the dam is a litter mate to the champion at the barrow battle. Perfect timing a couple years ago that Laird's had. Sorry. Again, another barrow. This is their lead off, so obviously it's the one that they left home with, thought was the best one, and you get him out here, and I think they're probably correct. The forearm and ankle size on this one, and the extension and look in front of his blade is very good. That's another barrow I think you take to San Antonio or even Houston. I don't even guess where one can go anymore with the feed additives and the way things grow. But I think that one gets in the mix at top end of a class and got a chance of getting you a blue ribbon wherever you go. Just the way that one's the build and balance and the way he utilizes his hind leg there. That's a really good barrow. I'd jump in on that one.
As we're figuring out what's going on, we appreciate Tim and his girls putting this together. My first time be a part of it, but listening to him last night and the scholarships that they offer from this sale, and these guys put in to be here, and all of that goes back to kids, and we appreciate Tim for that. And I appreciate Tim on Primo Feeds for hiring me. Me and Jessica had the opportunity to go to the Ag Teachers Convention a week or so ago and roll out a new way to do things. And I think Tim's very creative. When this bear is walking around in here, hoping he gets mad. But we rolled out the program that you Ag Teachers, and I think we could work some out with county agents. If you buy more than $400 of Primo Feed, we will deliver it to your ag farm and set it down no charge. So you start thinking about that, and you have questions. You got Jessica and Tim right here. 15
bags.
15 bags. That 400 was our meeting. 15 bags come to your ag farm for free, no charge. So if you're interested in that, be sure and get with Tim and Jessica before you leave. This bear right here, I called these guys last week. We were up there, and Allied Genetics, they brought a couple of good ones, and this one is the one he pictured. And man, did he take a good picture, and he didn't disappoint when he came in here. That one is hairy and shaggy's got the look, and he is an athletic individual. That one can reach and go, and's got the shape and the look, and can compete with any of them. And we're sure glad he brought him here. We appreciate you guys for bringing him, and this one is a top-notch in bear.
That's a woke, provoked little bro. The mother raised the grand at Arizona National, the grand at Cheyenne, and class winner at the National Western last year. Also raised $40,000 mile high in her second litter. And guys, Allied Genetics in Weston Charles, he's in Colorado, and sometimes not everybody thinks that elite show pigs come from Colorado, but they do. He spent quite a bit of money on some elite gilts the last few years, and it's starting to come full circle. I know they had the Supreme Champion gilt at Angelo in 24, I think. So there's hogs there and good feeding hogs, and they run the next one in, and that's a 61.7, not 41. That's a woke, unashamed. Next, the mom was her $29,000 power female gilt from Brenning. Grandma was a sibbed a broken record in the push. And again, that's one of those, like I said, he spent some time and money studying and buying hogs and females that could go and win and produce. And it looks to me like he probably did the right job when he did his homework, because he brought us a pair of barrows I think are very good. Like Reggie said, he was up there last week and just a good set of hogs. I don't have any issue with either one of these. They got a lot of extras to them, but they still have got everything working and goes in the right order. So this is 43 and 45. 45 is going to be the blue gilt. 43 is the belted male. So these are going to be Kong, quite frankly, Kingpin, Verbatim Roxy, Dam Rays at 10th overall, Light Cross gilt at OIE 25. And I'll be honest with you, on the bottom side of that Kingpin, Verbatim Roxy, that pedigree right there speaks for itself. I mean, that's a good, an incredible sow line. Matter of fact, Brandon and I had one that went back to that Kingpin, Verbatim Roxy stuff from Wymer that produced the champion lightweight Yorkshire at Houston this year. So I think you get down in the line, and even on the top side, these things will go and feed. Muscle, power, bone, not an issue. These things have some extreme far-reaching pieces when it comes to rib shape, muscle, bone. I think these things can do a lot. In the gilt there, if you want, again, another one, if you want to latch a hold of her and just make something, that one reads sow to me all day long. And don't get me wrong, that one will make a good show gilt. But I think as far as a sow and the pieces she has to offer, she can fit right in there with everybody. Belted Bear is another one. Extreme pieces, big bone, big forearm, big square toe spread. I think that one's got a lot of feed in him and can get out and go. He don't look like one you're going to take home and he's going to look at feed, turn his nose up, and go lay down in the corner. That one looks like he's going to eat and grow and convert. That's a nice belted hog.
These things have been on a trailer a long time before they get here, and so he comes a long way to us, and to look like that when you're here today, that is very impressive. And I was asking him last night about the bear side of this, because last year Cameron pulled one out of sale that might not have been totally ready, might not have been looked the part that day, but he's as good as reading one as anybody, and that one went along. I'm pretty sure it didn't bring what Ben wanted it to bring at the sale, but it did later on, and that one went along. That one won a lot of shows early and then really did good later on in life at a major show. So I was kind of interested in the bears on that part of it. And when you bring these two in here, you still got a solid black gilt that competes with any other gilt that's in here. One that is really good looking, one that you watch her take that stride, and hip and hind leg is good in her. The all black class at the Texas National. Tim says you better jump in on that one. So again, don't forget there is a part for those all black ones, and we've seen lately some of those all black ones win. Ask Chad Brown over here on the front row or wherever he was when he was reserve overall with a solid black one. So anyway. Cole said he's outside smoking. That's pretty good. When you bring these in, I don't think you're disappointed. Ben, thanks for bringing a good set in, and we'll talk. I think he's got a couple more over here.
It's tag 46 and 47. 46 is the cross, is the barrow, and that is a crip. By the way, we'd like to announce that that's a crip. So those are watch and learns in game. The dam's the first litter gilt that goes back to the kingpin, verbatim Roxy. Again, whoa, almost knocked that down. Again, that's watch and learns in game. 46 and 47. Oh, the 46, they're not litter mates, I'm sorry. The 46 is the crip barrow. That's a stand by me, wide awake, tricked out. The 47 gilts, watch and learn in game.
What number is Jessica on? Yep. 42. 42 is the one Jessica's on. That one definitely, that is lead-off bear. That one caught my eye yesterday. And when you bring this pair of bears in, I think they can compete with any bears in this cell. You put them in another cell, they'll rise to the top. These things, again, I think to be more than repetitive, I think they fit the part. Some that got the muscle, they got the look. They're good up high. They got a big square hip. They use that hind leg. I think you put those three things in and you put them in a beauty contest, they're going to be able to compete with anything out there. I think the big square hip, they use that hind leg. I think you put them in a beauty, going to be out there. I are very
42, 44, 42 is going to be the 6-1. He is a crip as well. That's stand by me, wide awake, tricked out. Grand Dam was the reserve cross at San Antonio in 23, and I remember that sow well. The Fort girls had her. I thought that was a real good pig there. The other one's 44. That's a stand by me, wide awake, tricked out. And the Grand Dam was the reserve cross at San Antonio 23. So there's a very elite show gilt in the pedigree of both of those. It says reserve. Oh, no, she was Grand Cross. I'm sorry. I thought that was Grand. Tim won it twice. He showed two gilts there and won twice. Next, we got Stuart Showpigs, and he told me a few notes on the things. So we got 30, 66, 67, 68. So the pair of Calicos are seeing things next to nothing. So this would be their mom and her first litter raised a cell-making bear at Houston last year in her first litter. Really good set of Calicos. That black one, the mom raised the champion Nebraska State Fair for his daughter. So another one, and that black one is one that with Tim adding this all black deal, and I think it pays $1,500 in a scholarship there. But that's take the color aside, you put a belt on that one. That's a very good critter there. I mean, he's been Nebraska State Fair. That black one is one, and I think it in that's aside. That's he's still stout. Big stout bottom jaw. He's got big legs. Another one, he's round ribbed and got some body, and that's something that's harder to get into. I mean, you get some of these things that get huge legged and flat ribbed, and that's the hardest kind of hogs to feed to me, and I don't think you see that there. The Calico one's another pair, and maybe not as stout skulled as the black one. Man, they're stout enough skulled. They're good looking. Got some extension ahead of their blade. Another one's got big hard back shape. Got some rib shape. I like those two Calicos quite a bit. Zimmerman brings us a set here, and you'll see our first purebred female gilt here, another one. And again, I know it's not, Lubbock area is not known for gilts, but there's still a lot of people that do show gilts up here, and that Chester gilt is one that's very good. She's a rust-proof fresh prince. The dam is a litter mate to the world record selling Chester. Last summer, Crown Prince, and just produced a champion board summer type conference. So Zimmerman Hog Farms is pretty well known for their Chesters. They've done a good job the past couple of summers. They brought some boards there to Springfield that set the world on fire. And again, the gilt there is one that is attractive and good looking. And I think you get her down there, San Antonio, and with these Chesters, it's so hard to find one that has all the right parts and pieces and can still move and get out and go. I think that's a very nice Chester gilt. Littermate Chester Barrow, there's one extremely attractive. He's tall-shouldered, extended, just a good barrow. Take him home. I think he softened that one up, and he took the trip a little harder than his sister, but I think he softened that one up and get some belly in him and get him down the road. That's going to be a really good barrow to feed.
What makes those two unique to me is that head and neck, and that's hard on the Chesters. I think you can ask the Mabry twins over here. They're studying them. Look at those things, and they like to find those. We love that they both wore green today. So you look at those things, and that is very hard to find in today's world, and I think these things offer some advantages that you can't find just because they're a little greener, they're a little tighter made in their center. I don't find that a problem to me, and down the road I think they'll feed. You'll be happy if you own one of those.
And them boys shared a hotel, so they left knowing they was matching.
Yes, because the Mabry girl that's with them said she did not want to match them.
Here comes Zimmerman in with the spots. Yeah, still more. So he's got the spots here. So we got a lot 53, which is the spot male. Lot 56, which is the spot gilt. So I got to turn my page on notes. So lot 53, the spot male. That's a soul gravy. How do you say that? Shyster? Shyster. That's a soul gravy shyster. So this is a perfect mating for the sow that went undefeated, 13-0 in the 2023 Nebraska circuit. Again, another one, Zimmerman's, I guess, when I first started kind of buying pigs years ago, spot pigs, then they raised a lot of good ones, and still they're back on track. I mean, they got a lot of good spotted hogs in that Nebraska and Midwest circuit. They pump out as many winners as anybody, and that's another one. The spot deal is it's not something I get into a lot because we just don't show a lot of spots, but I think if we did, we would probably latch into this one. This one right here is extremely attractive through his head and neck. That one's got some shape, some bone, some rib shape. That's a really good spotted one, a spotted male as well. And another spot gilt here. We'll turn the page, and she is she's a 76-1. She's a soul gravy. Dustin, Dam's litter mate, was a champion spot and reserve overall male weanling at the Fall Classic, and that's another one. One at Reed's sow, man. That one's big and broody and opened up, and she's got a lot through the center portion of her body. That one's going to go and feed and eat. That one reads big ring to me as far as spot gilts. You get them in there, San Antonio, when they're that 310, 320. I think that one right there is going to shine like a diamond in a goat rear.
Spots are hard to find. I think we've said that gilded Pete, the little bear, is the one that kind of caught my eye. He might have already walked out, but that thing is a sexy looking one, really attractive. I think when you find one that looks like that, you better get in. I think we only got 4 more sets of breeders to go, so I think we're doing good on time.
So he is our big numbered breeder. He brought the most, so we got to do him again. We got tag 52. Which is the crossbred gilt that Jessica's on, and tag 55, which is the crossbred gilt that Hadley is on there. So these are going to both be, so the 52 is the Kong payout. So that dam would have been produced the champion at American Royal. They call her Mr. Consistent, or they call her Miss Consistent for a reason. Another one, crossbred gilt. I mean, that thing's got some rib and body. And when you buy a show gilt and see them like this, you want them to look like show gilt, and that one does. She's got legs, she's got big legs, she's got ribs, she's got body. That one can get out and move as well. The one Hadley's on, that's another one. That's a Kong tricked out. And it says the dam of this litter continues to kick out champions and probably produced more high-end baby pigs than any other sow on the farm as far as dollars generated. So if you're looking for something to go and put a sow in, I guess I'd want to buy one to make a sow out of a sow that had put a lot of dollars into the pocket of the breeder, and that's one probably a little bigger outline than the belted gilt, but another big green quality gilt there. Got big legs. She's good. She can reach out and flex and go. She's got some back shape and muscle. That's a really nice set of Crossbred gilts. We got Widner Showpigs coming in next. What tags we got in the ring? 57 and 59 in the ring. So lot 57 is a canoe snafu, and that'd be the mother. That'd be the 3-litter. So the mother of the 3-litter would have won the heavyweight class of crossbreds at the 2024 Colorado State Fair. That'd be the snafu sow on those. What's the other tag number? 59 is going to be the 2-litter. That's a True Intention Dirty Sancho. They said the mother of the 2-litter was a baby pig purchase from Cranes. In her first litter, she raised 2 class winners at the Kansas State Fair. And that Crane crew there in southern Colorado, they don't need any introduction as well. And this is a pair of pigs, and 4 of them as well. And I think maybe a little on the smaller side of things, and maybe need a little, just another week or two to just get right there. But, man, the upside potential of these things and the way they're built and go, they're skinny, they're green. But, man, I like feeding them skinny green ones. These things can get out and move. They've got all the right parts and pieces, and come from Lamar, Colorado, and kind of a little longer trip to get down here. I think took the trip a little harder, but I think these pigs have a bright future, tons of upside potential in the way they're built and put together. Super sound, they're flexible, functional. Thank you, Mr. Widner, for bringing us some out. We got 2 more coming. What's and then 58 and 60 will be the next 2 coming in. 58 will be the crossbred barrow there. That's a canoe snafu. He would be a litter mate. He'd be a 3-litter, so he'd be a litter mate to the one in the last deal. And then 60 would be is the gilt. That's a canoe snafu. The mother, and that would have been another 3-litter, so the mother of that one would have also raised a heavyweight gilt at the state fair last year. And another pair, like we talked, I thought when these came in, I thought, man, there's some good built ones that are just a little small yet, but there's nothing wrong with them. They're good built, they're good bodied. The barrow right there is stout, he's wide, he's got some rib in body, and look, the gilt is another one, a 3-litter gilt, and that goes back to that sow that raised the class winner there last year, or was the class winner last year. And again, it's always good to tie in to some of these baby pigs that come from sow lines or stuff that wins, because, man, I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, there's sows out there that don't win or never see a show ring that produce real good ones, but at the end of the day, you gotta kind of know that it's always good to feed out of those sows that win and elite ones there. Again, good, flexible, functional hogs, got some build and body, just a little smaller and greener, but, man, I sure do like the way those things are going to feed. Next coming in the ring is BST Farms, Travis Blattner, and he is right now. But me and him are in a tight race of who's the biggest pig farmer in Texas, not sow-wise, weight-wise, but it's okay, Travis. All right, so Blattner, he actually a friend of mine. We talk on the phone several times, and he kind of, will answer questions and kick ideas back and forth across each other. The leadoff one here is the 22. They got him listed as a Yorkshire Barrow, but you can see from outer space he's going to need a little work to be a Yorkshire Barrow. But that is a very good pig there. That's a buckle up hangman crickets. Mom was a baby pig purchase from True last summer. It goes back to the Lock It Up Foundation sow, and then the next one in line there is a crossbred boy. That's a Kong Gangster Dirty 239. Mom would have raised a champion dark cross at Missouri State Fair. That's a bred purchase from Wymer. And Travis, another one of those guys that's doing the right things. He's studying. He's studying. He's buying females that are going to make a difference, spending some money, and just buying ones that are going to make a difference there. And I think he's doing it. I know he told me the white one is a little bit younger. He's not quite probably not quite ready to sell, but he said he thought in this setting, he knew the building was going to be ideal for that, so he brought him anyway. I like that pig quite a bit. That's one that's just big rib, big bodied, got some big pieces there. The Kong ones are another one. Them Kong pigs have been feeding well. I've heard it takes a little longer sometimes to get them there, but the Kong bear is a really nice one as well. I'll let Reggie finish.
Yeah,
up
the
on
pedigree on both of those, when you talk Kong, Buckle Up, Crickets, those things are all dominant sires in the industry, and some of them been around a long time. Jessica's making that one cock off pretty good. That one, when you're built like that and you got a stout skull, he has a good future ahead of him. I think that one has a lot of places that he could go. You could try to get the blue off him like Cole says, or you can leave him alone. I think that's kind of a unique color pattern on him. Might even draw more attention to him, but that one has a positive upside, can go a lot of places, and as Tim said, that one's already got a lot of hair. So the belt one has a place too. Lots of positive pieces on that thing. Probably one that needs to go to a little earlier show. Got some girl on him. Go ahead and push on him. Two good bears there that they brought us. I think there's a couple more coming in. Tag 24 and 25 coming in. 24 is a Kong Gangster, Dirty 239 by Dropping Swag. The 25 is a Kong Gangster. Looks like they're litter mates. There you go, 1-4 and 1-7. Both of those right there, litter mates. Jessica, what number are you on? Jessica's on 24. Hadley be on 25. Definitely some positives in those things. The 25 one looks like he's got a sharp look to him. Both of them are square made, good up high, good rib shape. Ones that have a good future down the road, you can buy these, look at for county hogs, maybe even those early Fort Worth, take them on down the road. Thank you, Blattner, for bringing 4 good bears.
Again, those Kongs come out of a sow that was purchased in the Built a Brand deal from Wymer. So, like I said, Travis is doing a good job. He's trying to do the right things. Probably going to hear from this guy in the next few years on it. He loves these pigs more than he loves his mom and kids.
Tag 29 coming in from Taylor Genetics from Salado, Texas. I believe this is a solid white one. Tim, you see any blue on him? I didn't when we looked at him yesterday. We thought this one was a good white one that ought to catch a lot of people's eyes. Got some positive to him, big square hip on him, one that takes that from the blade back. His angles are good. He's a gentle guy. He's backing up on her now, but definitely one that's already halfway broke. You can get a lot of places. That one in the Yorkshires, maybe you get a big check at Fort Worth in that deal, or take him to somewhere earlier. I'm not sure. That thing might not even get to Phoenix. Probably got some York in him somewhere down the line, get a little more grow in him, but that one we had high on our list.
That's going to be a blue chew stick this, so that dam will be a purebred Yorkshire, and she had been 4th in class at OYE and raised the champion light cross at their county last year. And that blue chew boar is a boar that he bought from Brandon and I, which will be a litter mate to the champion lightweight York at Houston. He'd be a litter mate to Exciting White at Beeman's, and a litter mate to not All Out, what do we call White Out at West Texas Genetics. So that blue chew boar's got and I just saw him last week in person when I was down there getting some other semen. That boar's going to do a good job for him. And I think all 3 of these are going to be sired by Blue Chew. This pair right here is Blue Chew moving forward. So the dam would be a litter mate to the Class 52 Dark Cross champion at 2024 San Antonio. And you got a Belta one and a blue one, and brings us a pair that, a little larger scale, and I think that's another pair that you could probably push on to Fort Worth and do some good, because they look like they can handle some heat and gas when you get to mashing on them. Big, tall-shouldered, extended, just functional, loose made, good skeleton hogs. I think take them home, and they're not going to disappoint you when they hit the feed bucket. We got Twisted Edge Genetics. That'd be Zach Hitt, Tyler Endicott. We got solid black cross there, is tag 32, and the white one in there is tag 34. So that black cross, the 32, that's going to be a 21 litter, and that's a white lie, next intention, never before. So grandmother's a litter mate to the dam of Lead the Way, and a litter mate to the dam of Heavy Hitter. So there's a lot of some Knauth blood back in there. There's a lot of winning in that pedigree as well on that solid black one. That white one is a white lie, let the beat build, Uncle Bob. First time litter out of a gilt they purchased from Wysoon Brothers, and then Wysoon Brothers make a lot of solid white ones. I would think that one you could probably dang near put him in the sun and burn him, and he's not going to get blue on him because there's a lot of white sows in that pedigree on both sides. That belted one there is the SOB, 99 Problems, Anchorman. Dam would be a 5th place heavyweight cross at Texas Elite. I think a good set of pigs. Tyler and Zach just right up the road here, real close. Raise a good set of pigs. You're going to be hearing from these young guys for years down the road, years to come. I think they brought us a very good set. Solid black one there is one I think was almost solid black with a little bit of paint. I think that makes some noise in the all-black deal there at Texas National.
That was my thought exactly, just a little bit of paint on those front feet, and that one kind of caught our eye yesterday. The pieces that he has currently, and you can tell he's already shagging up on that front end. I think if you just clipped him up right there, he'll even look more attractive than he is. But one that brings power and punch to the game, I think you can get along with that. The one Cheska's one I keep kind of gravitating to, a little skinnier, a little bit greener, but that's not a bad problem. A good friend of mine, Eric Polish, every time he reminds me, we went through there 2 times. We left a little skinny one, white one there, and it was a reserve overall under Hogue about 4 or 5 years ago at Angelo, and he reminds me over and over that I left the green skinny one there, and then he beat us in the end. So don't be shy on those skinny green ones. As long as they're built right, they're attractive looking, they still have a place in this industry, and the Crossbred kind of fits the pieces too. We thank Tyler for bringing these 3 individuals here to the Texas National.
Our last consigner to come to the preview is Seiko Land and Livestock. That's Zach and Steve Bradshaw. And I don't know if anybody of you know Steve. He is an ag teacher at Paradise for years now. Works at Russell Feed, and that's our largest primo dealer. So if you're in that Metroplex, Weatherford, Cleburne, any county that pretty much touches the Metroplex, if you need primo feed or anything for that matter, Steve and them have it. If they don't, they'll get it real fast. And honestly, I was talking to Steve, and this was not by design, but they actually brought 3 litter mates. And these things I know have been off the wire since Tuesday, so they're pretty gentle and pretty easy going considering they hadn't been off the wire very long. So they're going to be Brightside. Brightside is a tricked out son that Steve and Zach own that they bought that they got from Carl Kent, and then on the bottom side of that, it's a Country Boy, which is a My Intention son as well.
Bright side with a brighter future on these things. If you look at them, green and skinny. Me and Cole can't hardly read the writing here. I sure can't read it if Cole can't read it.
I was like, whoa.
But the one that caught my eye yesterday and keep catching my eye from this point of view is the one Jessica's on. That one's good looking, attractive. These things just need time. They'll hit that blue division in Austin perfect. I think all 3 of these are definitely down the road feeders. Again, if they were on the wire Tuesday, they've made a lot of progress since then. We appreciate Zach sending them our way.
And that, that blue blanket, the way them are, they got a good pattern. They're going to catch a judge's eye, which is important as well. But then when they get in there, man, they just got some of the extras and feature and things. That's a real good set of pigs. Guys, that concludes our preview. I think we're going to crank up back at 1. If you got any questions, Reggie or I, Tim, or these breeders will be happy to answer them.
Thanks very much for joining us at the preview. We'll be starting at 1 o'clock sharp. We're going to roll them through. We know we got some other sales today. So we'll see you guys at 1 o'clock. Be ready to roll. You can get your buyer's number over here. Concession stand down the hall at the end if y'all want to grab a bite. And then there's some refreshments over by the Primo booth. Thank you very much.